Welcome to episode 2 of the Fucking Ridiculous podcast. I'm so excited that you came back. Yay. This week in the fucking ridiculous life and the stupid shit that happens, let me just give you some background on this before I go into it. So I have 3 kids and everyone gets, like, in theory, a chore for the week. And so, like, you're supposed to do that chore every day. And then at the end of the week, it rotates and you get a new chore. And sometimes the chore is better than other times. And most of the time, no one does the chores at all. So, you know, it's not really working. There's a flawed system, but there's a system. So whoever had dishwasher, which is loading and unloading, and apparently we forget that loading is part of it, but unloading it in general, apparently whoever had that really just decided to do it really shittily. Because Friday morning, I opened up the cabinet to get something and everything fell out on me, including some glass containers that then shattered everywhere. And I, of course, was barefoot. So now I have all these pieces of like glass all over my feet and they're like making tiny little cuts here and there. I'm trying to leap out of the way so I can like maybe get the dog to not eat that. And I'm kind of like, okay, it's fine. So I'm picking this up, I'm getting everything together, and I'm kind of cursing whoever did dishes last, but that person's going to remain nameless. And so I get everything done, and I look at my hands, and they have like little cuts and bloody areas and whatnot. So I go get the broom because I can't find the dustpan. And the broom, I'm cleaning up the last bit of the glass that I couldn't get. And the handle for the broom comes off. So this is like a metal broom. So now the pole of the broom, I probably shouldn't do that action, but the pole of the broom then is hollow and metal. And I slammed my nose with that, which really hurt, and then started to gush blood. So now I'm like, God damn it. So I go over to get like a mirror or like the Neosporin or something to see what happened. And I open the cabinet and I misjudge and I smack my forehead and get a gash there. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's not even 8 a.m. and I am about to concuss myself or hemorrhage to death. So anyway, the thing about the nose though, and I have pictures, is that the nose, once you start looking at your nose, like in your nose, you start seeing stuff you don't want to see ever. And that's like hair and boogies, right? So you've got your Uncle Fred and he's got like the hairy ears and the hairy nail. Like a lot of people don't know that there are like trimmers for that. I do know that there are trimmers for that. And apparently I did not know that day because I ran upstairs after this when I saw all of these rando little hair coming out of my nose along with the gash that was still bleeding. And so I had to go and gob on Vaseline because that's the cure all for me. So I'm gobbing that on to get it to clot. And now it's all swole, whatever, fine. I'm cleaning up the rest of the stuff and have Band-Aids. Stupid. So later that day, it's clotted, but it clotted like in a pussy yellow clot. So now it looks like a boogie. It just looks like a nice, juicy boogie hanging out of my nose. So when I go places, or if I'm just in my house, someone will be like, Mom, you got something in your nose. Well, then I wipe it, forgetting that it's the pussy clot, and then it starts bleeding again. So I'm either got a clotty, boogie hanging out of my nose, or it's just bleeding like I'm a cokehead. So, fucking ridiculous. Whatever. All right, so in news this week, the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup for the first time in a really, really long time. I'm not some sports fucking nerd that knows like they won it last in 1922 and so is the cap. I don't know all that. But I do know that since their captain, Gabriel Landeskog, has been captain for 12 years, they have not won it. And so this is really exciting for Colorado, for Avs fans. It's also exciting for the NHL because this means that Tampa Bay, who has won twice the past 2 years, did not win this year. Not that I don't like Tampa. I do. But I just felt like, sometimes you just want someone new, to experience the fun, right? So anyway, they won. They were in Tampa last night. And this is why I'm telling you this. I'm totally obsessed with hockey. I love everything NHL. I can be honest in saying, like, I don't watch a lot of female hockey, women's hockey, because they don't televise it. I wonder why. That's another topic in and of itself, because I bet it's fucking awesome. But during COVID, I don't know if I told you this, but like we were all trapped kind of in our house. Now, we have a big enough house that we could all escape, but I have an outdoor porch. I'm sitting on it right now. It's pouring rain. And this is like my happiest place ever. I have 3 accomplishments in this life. One, I delivered all of my kids. And I am like I should have been a surrogate because I can incubate the hell out of a kid. I mean, the hell out of a kid. Had to be induced every single time, even with twins. My second accomplishment, the 3 Ironman that I did. I am very proud of that. Again, didn't do it well, but I did cross the finish line. And the third thing is this covered porch. I am not like super arty. I don't have a lot of talents in the decorating area, but this is quite possibly the greatest accomplishment I've ever had. It's the best room in the house, and I can come out here and be alone. So during COVID, I was out here a lot. I didn't care if it was 105 degrees. I was like, I'm going to sit out here, and I'm just going to watch whatever's on. Well, guess what? They had this thing called the bubble, which I didn't know anything about. Apparently, the NBA has that too. I don't watch it. I can't understand basketball at all. So that's over there. But hockey was on. And they were showing, like, there's a bubble in Toronto and there's a bubble in Edmonton. Well, first of all, I'm obsessed with Canada. I totally would be a Canadian. I would move there. I would have no problems with that. Not that I'm not an American and I'm not unpatriotic. I just really loved it there and I thought it was super cool. So they have these bubbles and all of these teams are in a hotel or two in these cities, these big fun cities. They're getting all their meals delivered to them at room service. They're getting paid to work out. They're getting paid to hang out with their teammates and their buddies and play spike ball and football and run track at the big, like arenas and shit. The only thing they don't have is their family with them. Well, I'm like, how the fuck do I get to the bubble in Toronto? I'll do anything. I'll do housekeeping. I will drive people around. I will be the person that like does the COVID test. I don't care. Just get me in the bubble so that I can get away from my family. I love this family a lot. I do. They mean the world to me. But holy shit, I was about to kill every person like daily. So hockey, I start watching this. I'm fascinated by the bubble. Well, now I start watching them like practice and I start watching the games and I'm like, okay, first of all, this is a sport I can totally get back behind. Number one, they are on an unnatural surface. Like, if you know how to ice skate, you go ahead with your bad self. Most people don't. So they're on skates, and they're really good skaters. Number two, they are, like, chasing this puck, this, like, tiny little, it's like a sausage patty. It's like your McDonald's McMuffin sausage thing. So they're chasing that with this big-ass stick that's, like, 3/4 of the size of them, which right there, I'm fucked. My hand-eye coordination's terrible. I can't skate. I'm all right. And people are chasing them and trying to beat the crap out of them, which is awesome. The very best part of this is these fuckers get paid to do this. And I'm like, how did I miss this? How, I just don't even understand. So now I have all this pent up aggression and they're getting to like chirp, which chirp is saying crap to other people, like talking shit to other people. I like the word chirp better. But anyway, they get to chirp whatever they want. They talk about fucking people's moms and whatever. They can say whatever they want. And then they can basically like throw down the gloves and duke it out for as long. I mean, it's awesome. They get all their aggression out. And at the end of the day, it's like the game's over, shake hands, roll on, and they're getting paid for it. And guess where they're going? Back to their hotel room where they don't have to talk to anybody. I mean, I literally fantasized about this for months. Like, so I started watching. And the other reason was no one else in my family wanted to watch it. And I was like, sweet. This is like anywhere from 1 hour to 5 hours of just like total alone time, me and my hockey. Every now and again, my husband would come out or my kids would come out and be like, why are you watching this? And I'm like, because it's fucking awesome. They'd sit down and watch and I'd start laughing. And they're like, why do you always laugh when they fight? Why do you always laugh when they like are thrown up against the boards? I'm like, because that's the fucking best part. I want to do that right now to every single person in the entire world and I can't do it. So I'm going to live vicariously through them. So anyway, if you're wondering, do I have a favorite team? The answer is no. I don't have a favorite team because I haven't seen all the teams play before, and I kind of don't like to root against people. I mean, those are people's children, and they're, I don't know. It just makes me feel bad. So I'm just going to support, I have preferred teams. And that goes over like a turd in a punch bowl here, because I have 3 men and all they want to do is figure out what's my team, because then they want to get me swag to wear. Well, first of all, I don't wear jerseys or sweaters. They call them sweaters. And I don't want a puck and I don't want swag. I don't want anything, except I am wearing a hat. Now this hat, you would have no idea that this was a team hat. And that's why I love this fucker. It's great. So I don't have a favorite team. I do watch on the regular. I follow several hockey podcasts. I have been to two hockey games. And the first one was last October and during my birthday month. And just fun fact, everyone should have a birthday month, in my opinion, once you have children, because basically the whole year is your children. And I love my kids. I do. And I'm happy to give them the world. But I'm going to take my birthday month. My birthday is on the 1st, October 1st. And so it kicks off the month. And then I take up until the 30th. And then I give Halloween its due and we move on. And somebody else gets their birthday month, So if you have a birthday in October, I totally share. I'm good with sharing. I'll even back down. And if it's your birthday, let's do shots for your birthday. I'm good with that. I don't care. But during my birthday month, I like to try and go somewhere almost every weekend. Sometimes it's with friends. Most of the times it's with friends. So one of my besties took me to the season opener for the Caps. Now, I live in Richmond, so that's not far. And she said, I think I can get in this box. And I was like, that's great. But if you're going that far, can we please just sit on the ice? Because I really want to know. I wanted to feel everything. I wanted to see everything. I wanted to I want to understand everything. And so, of course, she pulls through because she's the bomb. And so now we are watching the Caps play the Rangers, and we're on the glass. And I have all these pictures, and I'm like, oh, I'm filming myself. I'm so excited. Now, meanwhile, we are pre-gaming downstairs in the Caesars Sports Book I don't even know why there was no Caesars. Anyway, it's free drinks. Well, I kind of overserved myself to the point where I got cut off from the bar. Shock right there. And that was actually after I think it was after the first period. So I don't even remember the third period of the game. So shame on me. What I do know is that my friend, who is so gorgeous, got a Stanley Cup ring from one of the employees there. And I got to try it on and wear it for the rest of the night. And that was fucking awesome. But I didn't do that myself, is because they thought they were going to get with her, and she's like, please. But anyway, so my first game, I kind of needed a do-over. And fun fact, I was hungover until 1:30 the next day. Worst hangover I'd had in a while. So totally excited, blew my wad, totally fucked it. Screwed the pooch. It was awful. So now I had to redo. My second game I go to, all about geographic location, is for my anniversary. So Carolina Hurricanes are going to the playoffs again. I'm super excited, and my anniversary is coming up. And I don't care for jewelry, and I'm not a big I don't know. I'm not a great shopper. I'll wear whatever. I don't care. So I passed my husband a little note, and I was like, hey, don't buy me anything for our anniversary, and I won't buy you anything for our anniversary. And also, don't get me anything for Mother's Day, and I won't get you anything for Father's Day, and we're going to the playoffs. So I got us tickets on the glass for the playoffs. And it was the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Boston Bruins, which was huge. Now, my maiden name's obviously Bergeron. So Patrice Bergeron's on Boston. So they're a preferred team. So I'm seeing 2 preferred teams. It's awesome. I'm so excited. It's so great. And I also needed to redeem myself and understand that I can actually drink at a game and not become a complete fucking moron. So I did, and it was awesome. I have created a little entity called the NHT, which is Nicole's Hockey Tour, because the NHL says hockey is for everyone. And it is for everyone, including me. So my dream is that I'm going to go to all of the NHL franchises, and that's in the US and Canada right now. And I'm going to go to at least one game, if not two, with the very best seats I can get. And then I'm going to rank like what kind of food they have, what their intermissions are like, what's their pregame, what's their postgame, what's their light show, how's their music, what kind of beer do they serve? Do they have a margarita machine? Sometimes you do. I don't know. So I'm going to do all that. And then I'm going to explore the city on either bike, foot, Segway, but it has to be something active. There are 3 rules to the NHT. Number 1, if you are not fun, you are not invited. And if you are thinking to yourself like, I mean, I wonder if I'd be invited. Am I fun? If you're asking yourself if you're fun, you're probably not fun. So I don't know if you're going to want to come, but I'd give you the benefit of the doubt. The second rule to the NHT is that you always root for the home team. Always root for the home team. I don't have a favorite team. I'm going to root for the home team unless you have a relative on the ice. And then you can, of course, cheer for them. The third rule, and this is the biggest one of the NHT, is you may not embarrass the NHT. This means you may not get in a fight with a child. You may not throw up on the people around you. You may not scream and yell and like make it so the ref comes over and get yourself thrown out. You know, like basically don't be a complete dick and you're fine. And then we'll go on our merry way. So the Avs won. This is exciting time. That's the story on hockey. In other news this week, there were some really great things that happened. Thank goodness. High school football coaches are going to be allowed to say a prayer before the game. I didn't know this was the thing, but it's been settled. So apparently now, if I'm to get knocked up by my husband because he's using the just a second or it'll never happen or just the tip, I'm fucked. So that happened. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about that, but the overarching theme would be I don't want any more children. So girls, let's lock this shit up. Lock it up. They want it. You say nope. Nope. The third thing is we can still carry guns. I think if you're an abusive boyfriend, you might not be able to. That's what I gleaned from this article. So steps in the right direction, and we'll see what happens, you know? And also, I think they solved the mystery of the ass gate with Kim Kardashian wearing the Marilyn Monroe dress, and there were flaws in it. Who knows what happened? But I think she's in the clear. So that national security issue is put to bed, too. Thank you for listening and watching. Again, if you liked this, maybe like me or the pod on whatever platform you're watching. If you want to see more, I'd really love it if you subscribe because then that gets the word out. And then if you want to tell me more things that you like or don't like, or you want me to talk about something, or you want me to give you a shout out, or I don't know, just leave me a review and but don't make them too mean because I do have a fragile little inside. So I'm going to leave you with my top 3 reasons as to why you should watch hockey. These will qualify as my not so deep thoughts because the reasons why I love hockey aren't deep at all. 1, there's a plethora of amazingly hot fucking guys, ridiculously hot. Even the ones that are like a 3 in a hockey outfit, they're like a solid 9. So number 1. Number 2, when you feel angry, just put on a hockey game. Just cue up anything and wait for the fight. Or Google best hockey fights. I promise you, the aggression will leave you. It might even leave you with a laugh because it's funny. And the third reason is because I bet you this would be a great escape for you and your girlfriends to say you're going to a hockey game, even if you're not. for a girls' weekend. So there you have it. All right. So next week, we will discuss an upcoming concert that I'm going to with my niece and some other fun things that happen. I'm sure something else ridiculous will happen in that point in time. So until then, have a good one and keep it light.